Hello. I think this might be the final episode of my Return of the Obra Dinn playthrough. As I have 42 of my 60 fates solved. It's been really fun. I thought about it like every moment while going to sleep. So we are gonna just pick it right back up and get right back into it. What was the thing that I thought about? So what I thought about was, where was it? It was the people who were getting in the boat to escape. Was it this guy? Oh, that's just my like outlandish cannibalization theory. These people. So we identified these three as sharing the same boat. I don't remember where I saw these three people. And I don't remember where I saw this guy. Because this guy was not with these three people. And I don't know where these three people are either. So what I wanted to do was look to see where these characters are. So he disappears in the Doom. Just apparently just disappears in the Doom. So let me see the memories. So he's in Soldiers of the Sea Part 7, the Doom. So he's in Part 6 of the Doom. Is he in Soldiers? With Soldiers. So we want to go here. We just want to go to Part 6, I suppose. So this guy. And we need to look to see where that guy is. I'm imagining that he's in one of the two escape ships. The escape ships? Fucking, what are those called? Oh my god. I can't think. I just woke up. I have my coffee. I'm slowly gonna get my head in the game. So neither of the sides have boats though. Oh my god. Oh my god. I never noticed this guy before. That's crazy. Okay, so he falls. Maybe I didn't see him before. So we were saying that this guy is the Persian. Well, I was saying that he's the Persian. And he's not alive. He, I guess, fell overboard. Yeah, right? Like he fell overboard to his death? That's my guess. He could have drowned is the thing, right? Like, is this falling overboard or is this drowning? Yeah. So, okay. Interesting. Can I find where this guy is? So, soldiers, unholy captives, soldiers. Wow, he's in all of these. But then what happens to him? He's last seen Soldiers of the Sea Part 2, Part 3. Unholy Captives. No, we're in the Doom though, aren't we? So why do I think that he's leaving now? Because he's seen in this one. So I guess he's just alive. Because he's seen here in Part 1. Oh no. He's seen in Part 7. So I need to find the... He's not dead yet, right? Because he's right here. Yeah, he has not been rent in twain yet. Okay. So and then we go to this guy's body, right? No, not this guy. It's just the one that is like half a body. This guy. Okay. This is the one that threw the explosive, right? I already know what happened to him. So, Okay. So this is the other boat. Excellent. This is phenomenal. All right. Well, I mean, not for them, but it's phenomenal for me. So all three of these people, am I really not able to see them from this distance? Is there any way that I could? Maybe by sitting like right here? I can't identify who those are or who that gent is individually. I guess that kind of makes sense. Yeah, is this the part where what's her face dies? Do we know what happened to him? No, we think that he's alive. That's interesting. I think this is Wei Li, right? Do we know who this is? Interesting. We're gonna follow up all of this. This is the gunman. This is the bosun? Oh, interesting. This is his assistant, right? The gunner's mate. Anyway. Ooh, who's this guy? I think, yeah, he's the fourth mate. So these three people who are in this ship. So was it these three? Yes, because this is where we see them again. This guy dies, so he is drowned. Well, is he drowned or is he... Yeah, I guess he's drowned, right? Because they're not falling overboard. They're already overboard. And this guy also was drowned by a beast. But we don't know who this is. Didn't we talk about who this might be? Oh, yeah. No, we do know who this is. This is the guy who defended his brother. So, Nathan Peters. I'm pretty sure. Right? Because if we look at part 1, you killed my brother. And his brother was the one who died at the very beginning. So this guy. And this guy was Samuel Peters. Okay. So Nathan Peters dies by... Maybe it isn't drowning? I feel like we have... We could try and figure out who that guy is by process of elimination. We think that this is the surgeon's mate because he's in the picture right next to him. We need to figure out where these guys are. The helmsman. He was last seen in part 7. So he's in the next picture of the tomb. All right, we're good. We'll figure out what happens to him. I thought he was on a boat for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe because I just assumed all disappearances were on boats. So Nathan Peters was drowned by a terrible beast, or he fell overboard. It is... I don't think that this is it. I think the best one we could go with is drown by a beast. This is almost... Oh, well, we don't actually know if this is Omid Ghoul. We're just making a bold assumption based off of appearances. Which we'd love to do. We love doing that. This guy also drowned, we imagine, by a beast. The thing is that I do have 1, 2, 3. So there's something wrong with what I have set up here. Maybe he didn't fall overboard. He also died by drowning because of a terrible beast. Maybe this isn't James Wallace? Is he ever in the surgeon's quarters? He ends up there. And then he ends up giga dead. I think that this is the surgeon's assistant because he has a bunch of books. And he's right behind the surgeon. And yet he had all those books. I really don't think that there's anything else that would make sense for this guy. So I'm going to definitely... Or maybe he's the purser. The books. That makes sense. Okay, okay. And then this guy was also drowned by a terrible beast. Okay, okay. Very good. We're at 45. Only have 15 more. Pretty cool. Yeah, so I was that is what plagued me last night. I was thinking about these people at the end of the Doom. Okay. So, oh yeah, and then this also, I think he could have been... I think he's drowned by a terrible beast, and I think he is also drowned by a terrible beast. Because those are the mermaids. They're the ones that kill him. So now we can go right. I really want to see the carpenter. I know that happens at some point. You're able to see the carpenter in his room with his assistant. All right, so we have no idea who the fuck this guy is, but he also drowns. It's pretty easy to guess that this guy is dead now. He disappears in the Doom. He is in memory 8, I'm guessing, in the same room that that this guy is. Right? Not the helmsman. We like very, very confident that this is the helmsman. We also don't know where this guy is, but I'm guessing that all 3 of them are in the same location. So let's find out where he... So he ends up in the same room when she gets crushed. So we need to go look at her death. In this room. This door is still locked for whatever reason, which is interesting in a way. Oh, it's because of the fucking chair, and we can't move the chair. That makes sense. All right. This is one of the first death scenes that we saw, so it stands to reason that we have not picked up everything that's occurring here. We'll look at, like, literally everything that we can. Is there anybody above us? Do you see that? Like, arc? Wonder what that is. Is there anybody above us? There's this guy. Okay, so that's the helmsman. He's being, like, lifted up by the beast. Anybody else? She's getting giga smacked in the face. This is the third mate. Oh, have we not determined his fate? Interesting. I guess we don't end up needing to do that. These are the two women. We know what happened to him. Yeah. This is the... yeah, that guy. So the helmsman... interesting. He's not alive. He... I'm guessing was drowned? Because he's not dead yet. He's not torn apart yet. So I feel like drowned by a horrible beast is the most likely outcome for him. There was also... who else was it? This guy. No. This guy is wrapped up, but he dies later. Oh! His arm got ripped off. So I'm thinking maybe he was torn apart by a horrible beast instead. Because his arm gets ripped off eventually. This guy is stabbing. And then he disappears. He's stabbing the Kraken. But he disappears at this point. And that guy's the one that's been busted in half. This is the... yeah, they're friends. Like, all these guys are friends, which is why I really do think that this is a topman. He's probably English. Oh, nice. And I also solved all the fates in chapter 9, apparently. 9 and 10. Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay, sweet. All right. Very good. Excellent. All right. So we still have this midshipman who is, I think, there's no other way to determine what happened to him. Because he's either killed by the beast, which means instead of being blasted by a cannon, because we don't see his corpse, I'm going to go with all the other ones that we've been doing with the Kraken, which means that he was drowned by a horrible beast. We don't know who this guy is. I'm thinking that he is the unknown midshipman. Feel like that's a pretty decent guess. Or he's a seaman, you know? Who else is on the deck and goes missing here? This guy, right? So we just saw him. He's here. Who... is this his Frenchman? He was torn apart. the bosun's mate was torn apart by a beast. According to this memory right here. Easy now, you're the squid. Where's my Frenchman? The squid's gone. Your mate was torn apart. Okay, so I think this might be his mate because they're kind of close together. We don't have anything to operate off of for what this guy's fate ends up being. So yeah, I think this might be a good assumption. Okay, so I feel confident about that one. This guy also disappears, is the thing. Depicted in memory at sea. So let's see where he last was. Did the Doom Part 7, and then he's in this one somewhere. We have not yet seen him, I don't think. So we need to find where he is. He's like right over here, isn't he? He was like right here. Is he in someone's arm? Is he up there? There he is, I'm guessing. Yes. So he also was likely drowned because that's about to pull him off the rigging. So we're going to say that he is also drowned by a beast. All right. Small problem. We didn't get... Oh, wait. Have I only done 2? Okay, okay. I guess I've only done 2. We finished the end as well, right? Yes. What? I feel like this guy did something else. He killed someone. He killed someone at some point. So this guy, we don't know who he is. And this is the capsized boat. Oh, this one is not the midshipman then. So maybe he's just a random... I don't think he's... We can find out who the fuck this guy is, man. We don't know who the surgeon's mate is at all. Alright, random seaman. Nice. And then the other 2 are almost certainly correct. Nice. Very, 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 very good. Okay. Next. Let's see. I think we have this one. So he had like a very distinct accent, which makes me think he may be one of the unknown. I don't think that he was Russian. I don't think he's English, Scottish, American. So that means I'm pretty confident. We did say that the guy who got we're just like in a completely unrelated memory at this point. What do I want to do though? Is the thing. Yeah, these guys piss me off that we can't figure out who they are. I want to find out who the carpenter is. Maybe this guy's just the fucking carpenter. We need to find out who the carpenter is. I want to find out who the carpenter is. There's a memory specifically about that guy, and I want to say that it's during the crab sequence that we discover who the carpenter is. So let's go back down and try to find that specific memory. I want to say it's the one that's like hidden in the walls. So this one. The other side, I guess? Maybe it's not even on. Yeah, no, this is the side. Or is it, man? Do I even know who this is? Yeah, it's this guy. He isn't dressed like the other stewards anymore, though, is the thing. So now maybe I'm not right about this. Maybe he's the surgeon's mate. He's not saying anything. He could just be a fucking random seaman. Who's he hanging out with, though? He's hanging out with these guys. He's got the same shirt. The problem is that I can't see his pants in this depiction. We might be able to determine who the surgeon's mate is by going to... Yeah, we determined that that's absolutely... Maybe the carpenter is also American, then. Oh, wait. Would I know that? Yeah, he's not saying anything, right? He's just dying.
Someone shoot the damn thing!
Mm-hmm. Oh. So there's like a thing that's coming from the creature. Right? We can see the like trajectory thing. So I think Spiked is reasonable. I don't think he was like shot by another guy. But who is he, you know? Maybe an unknown steward. Instead of the ship's steward. Let's go with that. We're gonna swap him over to the unknown steward. We can now teleport into the room.
I've got you.
The carpenter is who we're looking for. Let me look at this. Where's the carpenters? It's down this way. So I guess it's not the carpenter. Let's see who's around the carpenter's shop then. Because I really want to identify who the carpenter is, because we could probably just follow him once we have. Hold on. This is the opposite side of where I need to be. Okay. So this is the carpenter's shop. I think there's somebody, like, is there a corpse that we can find in here? Maybe not. There was definitely a memory that we had that walked into this room, though, is the thing. I know that. Was it this guy? No. I don't think so. Is there a way that I could find, like... I wish I could, like, look up where the carpenter's body was. Oh. No. This is above the carpenter's car. Oh, well. Is that all? So that means he was an Englishman. Or he could be American. This guy could just be the carpenter. What memories is he in? Show memories on deck map. Is he ever in the carpenter's shop? So then he isn't the carpenter. Because there's definitely a carpenter at some point. In that fucking room. I know that. So maybe he's just Alexander Booth. Because he's 3 difficulty, which makes me think that he's probably just a seaman. Is he in the very first memory? when they're loading the cargo. He's part of the murder tribunal. I remember him standing next to someone with a degree of importance. So maybe he isn't a seaman, and instead he's like... He could just... I don't think he's the American. Could be the surgeon's mate. He's definitely not the third mate. We know who that is. We could also look to see the surgeon's mate in the memory of the guy whose leg got cut off by the steward. What we can do is actually just look at every single person that we have not yet identified. Like this guy, maybe we can... No, he's... Well... Show memories in the deck map. Is he ever in... He's in the bosun's store when that guy gets murdered, but he's never in the carpenter shop. So that's not the carpenter. We've already identified everybody in chapter 10. So I think we've done 2... Let's see 3. I don't think this is the carpenter. I feel like it's the unknown top men. I feel like that's a really good decision to go with that one. These guys, maybe we can see if he was in the carpenter shop ever. He wasn't. This guy was in the bottom of the deck while cargo was being loaded, or we saw him like early on, you know? He was sleeping down in this area, so he's probably just a seaman. I'm guessing that he's Alexander Booth, actually. This is the guy with the pipe. And then this guy is one of the 2 Russian seamen. Is my guess now for those 2. Okay. We're gonna keep going. Well, I mean, I guess I should look to see where this guy was, the Russian, who I believe is a Russian, rather. He's never in the carpenter shop. He is only in those memories and then playing cards. This guy could be the carpenter. Let's see. Show memories on the deck map. Still not in the carpenter shop. I should look to see where he is in this memory, honestly. That might be the most revealing. In bitter cold. What's he doing? He must still be asleep in this one, right? No, he moves. He's coming down the stairs. And then he's here in bitter cold. And that's John Naples. He's killed by the captain's steward. Maybe this is the surgeon's mate, actually. And maybe he wasn't decapitated. Because only this guy's head is like giga, just like shown. We can look to see. We'll go back to that guy. I think maybe that was the presumption I made. This guy also never in the carpenter shop. I swear to God somebody was in that. He's in a lot of memories with the like carrying of the stuff downward. which is why I think he's the steward. But he may be the ship steward. I think he's one of these two. I think he's either the ship steward or the unknown steward. Oh, not the carpenter. He was in the bosun's store, and that's where he dies. He was never in the carpenter's shop. He too was bringing stuff down. Soldiers of the Sea. He's coming down this way during the crab fight. And then he gets killed in... He could also be a steward. Is that all? He says in an English accent, which is why I said that he was American. I don't think he's a topman. He could be an unknown seaman, but I don't think he is. He could be the carpenter, because he's in the bosun's store. He can shoot a gun. We're running out of options here, so... He could just be the unknown seaman. He was definitely speared. That's what killed him. Like, I feel very confident about the cause of death. We don't know who this guy is at all. He may just be... I mean, he could be the other Russian. Where is he in the memories or underway sketch? He's gambling. This is one of the top men. This is just a seaman. This guy, I think, is one of the Russians. Because these two were talking to each other during the card game. Surgeon's mate. We're not really sure about that one. Because he could be the carpenter. This is the captain's steward. We don't even know what happened to him. Instead of being the surgeon's mate, maybe he's the carpenter. Because he's wearing like an apron, which makes me think he's a laborer. He could also be the steward. You know, he could be... I don't think he's Indian, though. I feel like these are two good guesses for him. I don't think he's a topman. He wouldn't be wearing the outfit that he's wearing. He shows up in other instances of someone being injured, though. So maybe he's not Alexei. I don't remember who I assigned Alexander Booth. This is the guy with the pipe, I think. Could be the unknown seaman, the unknown topman. I don't think that's true for either of them. He could be an unknown steward. Like, I don't know anything about this guy. This is like a random guess. I'm only using like other more confident deductions to determine who that is. I feel pretty good about this. I wonder if this is an issue of cause of death. So let's go look at him. It's these two right here. So that guy's head is definitely off. It's so hard to see with how blurry it is. Yeah, there's no way that these aren't, like, decapitated, you know? Yeah, James Wallace. He could just be choked to death is the thing. Let me leave this memory. Oh, this guy has an apron too. He's the butcher, isn't he? So maybe this guy is one of the stewards. Yeah, he gets spiked. I don't think he's a topman. He could just be an unknown seaman. What other memories was he in? He gets stabbed by the crab right here. He gets shot by it, and then he starts crawling his way to where he dies. Why is he going over there? I don't know. Maybe we go into this memory and we see who is helping the doctor to solidify who is his assistant. Supposedly this guy is easier to deduce, which is why I'm thinking he's got to be one of these two guys because of his importance. And I guess he was definitely decapitated. Let's go through the door though and see if we can look at his corpse a little bit better. Oh. What's happening here? Oh, right. Okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm. How do I leave? Oh, he was spiked. He wasn't speared. Okay, nice. Nice. That's the Russian. And he was spiked by a terrible beast. We made that assumption based off of, like, the fact that he had an American accent. All right, cool. We're getting pretty close to finishing our book. So this guy, don't think that he was Russian. He could be the unknown seaman. Don't think that he's a steward. I feel like he's the topman. I feel like he's the unknown topman, but we haven't identified him, so my guess is that maybe this is wrong. And that he's the unknown seaman instead. And then we have the guy who got spiked and is crawling and dying. He may have been shot, but I don't think he was. And instead of being the unknown seaman, maybe he is indeed the ship's steward. Then we have the random guy who drowned. We haven't tried, like, just it's an unknown steward. I was saying that he was one of the Russians, but I don't really have any reason for that. I think I've done everything after this chapter is the thing. So how many people do I have left, actually? Let me see. I have 1. Let me just write this down. This is chapter 3, murder. Part 3. So chapter 3, part 3. Just so I don't have to keep flipping around for it. Chapter 3, part 3. This is guy shot by second mate. Let me look at the other memory that he's in. He's in the first memory, which is just... I'm guessing he's asleep somewhere. And then he's seen defending this one. So, don't think he's a top man. Do you think that he's one of the seamen? I feel like he's probably the unknown seaman. I feel like this is pretty good. Then we have in chapter 5. Just kidding, chapter 6. This guy who's spiked. So chapter 6, part 6, right? Part 7. Guy who crawls to his death. And then dies. Either was shot, or he gets spiked. The thing is that there's a bullet trajectory, and then somebody screams like, oh, take the shot, right? So, oh, this guy throws the fire that eventually set somebody else on fire at one point. Where's the door to leave? I want to go back to his death. So we need to go this way. This is the carpenter's room. Right, we can't get in there. So I have to walk all the way back and walk behind this thing. Okay, here we go. So he's crawling. This isn't enough blood to make me think that he died from getting spiked. He instead very well could have been shot by the single bullet hole that doesn't produce a spike. So I think he was shot by someone. Let me hear.
Someone shoot the damn thing!
So at the same time that the bullet is fired, he dies, which makes me think that it's whoever is standing right back there. You see his little feet? Shoots him. So we need to go into this room and then see who... Yeah, see, it is this guy with the gun. So he's actually shot to death. So he's shot by a gun. Shot by a gun. We don't know who killed him quite yet, but we will. One of the people that has... I have to go into this room in order to see him. So... let me teleport. Which, we want to do part 6. Okay, so then this is part 6. We're looking for...
I've got you. Don't move.
Wait,
I'll get you down.
we can't go in there. Is anybody holding a gun? This guy isn't. So we need to go to memory 5. Okay. He's definitely shot. We've at least determined that he's almost certainly been shot. But we need to see who could have shot him. I'm almost tempted to look one more time. See if I can, like, determine any features through this slit. Alright, not him. Is there any other way? He's, like, wearing whitish pants. Oh, there. I have a clear look at him. He's, like, not wearing a shirt. Alright, so it's the guy who... He's bald. Is it the guy with the birthmark on his head? Was it Lewis Walkman? Or Lewis Walker? I think it might have been. It was The Calling, right? Oh no, it's chapter 6. Yeah. We're gonna put Lewis Walker for right now, but we do have a clear shot of him at the very least. It's a bald guy not wearing a shirt with white pants. So now we'll go to memory 5 and see if we can identify who that is. All right, memory 5 of this one is this guy. So right here. Guy without a shirt, holding a gun. Could be this guy. He fits the description. So Charles Minor was actually the one I am gonna guess now that shot this guy. So Charles Minor, the bosun's mate. I don't think there's anybody else that better fits this description. Maybe this guy, but he's not holding a gun. I feel like this is a pretty good guess. It's this guy. Oh god. Feeling good about that. We will now resume our inquiry as to the others. Pardon me. All right, so feeling good about this. He may not be the ship steward. He could be an unknown steward, but I'm going to leave it as ship steward. Then we have... Who else? This guy. In the Doom, so chapter 8. Or chapter 7, rather. Chapter 7. Disappearances. We've got a random fucking guy. I don't think I can identify who this guy is by name. And then we don't have anybody else. Like, I think that's the last person in... Oh, right. The unknown seaman. I guess we're going to go back to unknown topman. I don't know why I went off of that, because he is seen... Oh, it's because we're basing the unknown seaman because of this. the underway picture and who he's hanging out with in that picture. He's with the other topman. Like, literally everybody back here is a topman. And the only other topman I have is Timothy Budament. So we're going to check to see if it's him, and indeed it was. Nice. Is that only 2 that I identified? Who was the third one? So, right. We have him. And we have the guy who goes who disappears. And then we don't have anybody else. We've identified these 2. Ugh. Given that our unknown sewer and unknown seaman have not really shown up, maybe we just need to swap these. Alexander Booth and then this guy. All currently solvable fates concluded. Okay. Ugh. There's nothing left to do on the Obra Dinn. All right, let's go.
We should go. Storm's nearly about, so we won't be coming back.
It's a cool way to, like, finalize your decision.
Finally. Sit down so you don't fall out.
This was so cool. I love this, like, this medium. I mean that in several ways. The medium being the ability to sense the dead, and the video game medium that I'm enjoying right now. So now I need to make the final deductions on the remainder of the crew. The Honorable East India Company insurance assessment for the good of the the good ship Obra Dinn, victim calamitous events at sea, prepared by the company of the investigation. Ship damaged in squall Atlantic, sunk in storm Falmouth, payout claimed £20,000. Cargo company, all cargo lost, payout claimed £5,000. Cargo Crown, all cargo lost, payout claimed for restitution £3,000. Yeah, I'm not going to read all of these. If you would like to read these, you may. What? Really? Interesting. Why would passengers be fined? That's kind of funny. Preliminary draft of this assessment has been approved by the Royal Trade Granitor. Total claimed £29,260. On behalf of the Honorable East India Company, I certify all statements as accurate and declare this matter closed in its entirety. The HEIC Chief Inspector. The pocket watch remains in your possession. The book returns to its original owner, Henry Evans in Morocco, as requested. One year later.
Can you believe it? A package at this hour. Oh, the thing smells just dreadful. Better you don't open it inside. I'll be turning in now. Tea's in the kitchen if you need more.
Chief Inspector, I write to you with the unfortunate news that Dr. Evans has passed away. He succumbed to his illness shortly after receiving your package. He was very pleased with your correspondence and asked that his gratitude be expressed by returning the book to you, along with the means to complete it. As for the three of us that remain, the Obra Dinn is a distant memory and a dreadful chapter in our lives that we wish to forget. Do not write back. Jane Bird. Okay. So Jane Bird lived. This is the lady. The book, this thing. I'm guessing these are like fingers of everyone. It's just a claw. Oh, this is the claw of the mer person. Chapter 8.
There you are. Collect your things.
Where's the key?
To that door. Gone.
Damn.
There's no time. We need to go.
Right. Here you go.
What are you up to?
Nothing, Bruce.
This is the... Oop. The surgeon. Who kills the monkey. This guy's been spiked. Oh. Okay. He's like almost certainly dead. His arm has been burned off from reaching into the box is what I'm guessing, because this is the exact same thing that happened to the other guy. This tale belongs to you now. It's the motherfucking monkey's paw. A friendly but not entirely pleasant monkey companion was sacrificed in the pursuit of knowledge. We see anything out? We might be able to from that window. But yeah, this is one of the boxes. This is the exact same box that that other guy reached in and his arm burned to a crisp. So I think we figured out how that guy died. This guy was just shot by spikes.
A third shell. Captain didn't toss them all.
Leave it. Help me lift this.
Stop! Why?
Well, set you free. Give it the shell.
Hey,
Do it. Hoist it out. To the main deck. Throw it over. Lock the door when you leave.
He died doing.
the tail, boy.
That's the mer woman. You got giga spiked.
In return. The ship. The Obra Dinn. See it home.
Interesting. So he got spiked by someone that's in there. Don't think it was the tail. Yeah, so this is... Oh, we can't record anything. Oh, we're still, like, experiencing... So the glowing circle that we saw off the side of the boat, I'm assuming is one of the shells. So he was spiked. Oh. The mer person.
I'll kill every last one of you monsters. Withdraw the Kraken, or I will kill you all!
Is this the captain? Yeah. So this is the Captain Stewart, and he dies from burning to death in the same way that the other guy did. So the seashells are what brought ruin upon the Obra Dinn. The magical seashells. Okay. A captured beast fought against its jailer and was speared for the trouble. But then that person died. Another one.
Call it off, damn you! This is your Kraken! You brought it here! Send it back!
You shot that one. Okay. Mm-hmm. Oh, maybe he did get smacked by the tail then. They're taking her out in this memory. And she's holding it. So maybe he was struck by a tail. I mean, we're gonna leave it as spiked for now because that is like pretty clear how he died. But he could have been struck by a tail by the beast. And the tail had spikes. I guess if it wants to draw that distinction. I don't think that'll be it though.
What's this? Quicksilver.
Oh. I thought it was like coals, but it like basically dissolves his arm. Yeah, his arm is on giga fire now, just dissolving. Okay. Cool. Yup. We can move it along now. This is... Okay, so he's the first one who dies. No one else was present. Philip Dahl burned to death. All fates correct? Mm-hmm. Was that really all 60? Damn. Nice. Was that implying a second book, perhaps? The end. Nice. That was a lot of fun. Thanks, Lucas Pope. That was great. I mean, I really enjoyed it. For your dad. Aw, sweet. I had a delightful time with this game. It was a decent length. Very, very cool concept. Fun story. Obviously the aesthetic is incredible. The music's pretty decent. The gameplay is a lot of fun. I thought this was really interesting. It made me think. I was able to basically play this out in, you know, a day, which I like, you know. Doesn't overstay its welcome by any stretch of the imagination. The voice acting was unexpected and delightful. I do feel bad about making extremely broad stroke judgments about people based off of their appearances and their nations of origin, which I'm a little embarrassed about because I'm going to be posting all of these online. But, you know, Papers, Please also is the same in that you make broad and sweeping generalizations. The big difference between this game and that game is that Papers, Please had fictional races and this one had real ones. But whatever, it's just part of the game. And I was right about a lot of the things that I made generalizations about. Yay! Yeah, so that I think was, I don't know if that was like an element of impatience on my part, or I could have learned something a little bit better by paying attention to more information. But it did get to a point where it was a little bit of a guessing game at times. And while I was influenced by a lot of like knowledge I had accumulated, I do think it felt a little bit like I was just randomly guessing at a certain point. And it's a very like unimportant criticism, I suppose. And I don't know again if that's like an issue of my deductive reasoning skills or if it's just like a natural conclusion to the game. Like eventually you're just going to be filling in not random, but like more or less like the narrowed list of suspects and hope that it sticks. It's very minor. I did not feel like the majority of my guesses were like random, you know, in the hopes that I'm gonna find the answer. Thank you for making the game. This was great. But yeah, really enjoyed it. I think this is the perfect little spooky game for me to have played and concluded. Took me 6 hours and 50 minutes. 60 fates solved. Very fun. I had a great time. So yeah, I hope you had fun watching this. I do think that this is a game that I'll probably preface this when I edit this video series down. You shouldn't play this game, or rather, you shouldn't watch this game. Watch this playthrough unless you really want to play the game, because this is a game you can only play once, you know? I really like games like that. I really enjoy games where you just do a single playthrough. You get to experience the entire scope of it in a single file. I just think that that's phenomenal. What do I want to give this game? I feel like a 7 out of 10 is a decent score. It's got a great concept. It's fun. Great art, decent music, fun story, really novel gameplay mechanics, satisfying and engaging mystery. I think it just will never reach the vaulted heights of the best games I've ever played, by virtue of being the genre that it is, which is I guess like a puzzle game without a lot of story. I mean, well, you say without a lot of story, Obra Dinn had a rich story. I mean, yeah, it does, and there's a lot left to the imagination, which is great. I like that. I like narration that occurs in the reader. You know, like what your interpretation ends up being is what, like, it's a show don't tell kind of experience. But I mean, maybe it is an 8 out of 10. Maybe it is an 8 out of 10. I'm like convincing myself that it's an 8 out of 10. Because this was really good. Like, I don't have a lot of criticisms aside from, like, it's a 6-hour game that I can never play again, which I don't mind. And it was satisfying overall, but I don't think that it will, like, permanently lodge itself in... I think it will be an example I draw of well-crafted world building and storytelling, but I would not say that it is a masterclass example of telling a story. But at the same time, it is really good. I just am thinking about all of my favorite games and what scores I would give them, and I just feel like if I were to like rate this any higher than an 8, it would be like, damn, this is one of the best games I've ever played. because I'm pretty stingy with my scoring. But maybe it is one of the best games I've ever played, having played like hundreds of games in my lifetime. This stands out certainly in like the top 20%. Like one of the top 20 games I've ever played. Honestly, maybe not. It's really good though. I'm belaboring this scoring system for no other reason than, you know, it's an entertaining thought exercise. Well, I hope you enjoyed. I had a lot of fun playing. This was really, really satisfying. I might be like, I might play another like 7-ish hour game and do, you know, something like this again. This is perfect for like an offline stream game. So yeah, thanks for watching. Happy Halloween. Don't steal magical seashells from the denizens of the deep, lest you tempt their wrath and invite doom upon your crew. Just a, you know, that's the moral of the story, I suppose. All right. See you later. Goodbye.